Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty, on to the next topic of the day. It is part two of the 30 for 30 Lance Armstrong documentary. Dad's favorite subject because he loves Lance and he can't get enough. No, I'm assuming you did
That
not
was,
watch.
I was just going to say, that was true at one point in time. Like I said last time, he sucked me in. But there
There
was one time I thought he was great.
you go. And you did not watch part two, correct?
I did not, like I
All
said.
right, that's fine.
Not my opinion. I want to know what your opinion is of it. Then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was even more this time of they did not portray Lance in a positive light. They had plenty of voices on the other side talking about how he was pretty much, the dog eat dog phrase he exemplified. If you went against Lance, you don't want to go against Lance. Let's put it like
Yep.
it was just not, especially in that time when he was at the peak. You did not want to go against Lance.
Yeah,
Um,
throwing somebody under the bus does not do near justice to what he did to people. I think he
yeah,
threw him under a train.
yeah. So like, I know that last time you were trying to remember the name. Jan Ehrlich was the guy that
Yeah,
he was
that
going
was it.
against. Yeah, they talk about him
Yeah,
a little bit. Um, and the first question I asked was, did he cheat? And the answer was yes.
yeah, I
he
know that
got
went.
he ended up getting he got kicked out of the Tour de France and apparently was not doing well after the fact. He apparently went into some shack in the woods or something and was not doing well emotionally with the
Right.
entire thing because I guess he was fighting for the Tour de France for so many years. Lance was finally out of it, and then they decide, nope, we got you, you're out. Like I'm sure he
Yeah,
was cheating
now
the
we're going to
entire
start
time.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But what was cool that they did talk about in a positive way was the Live Strong and the cancer
Yeah.
ordeal, where he did make a lot of people's lives better with cancer, of who had cancer.
Yeah, if you were outside the cycling world, he was a nice guy. I believe, he didn't touch him in the cycling world. I think you thought he was a great guy. But yes, he did. His Live Strong did a lot of good stuff, no doubt.
Yep. And I know last time you mentioned Floyd Landis.
Yes.
Yep, they talked about him. So you were you had a lot of problems with the Floyd Landis situation. So what do you recall and how was your feelings on this situation?
Well, and I remember Floyd kind of was on his team, and then they kind of kicked him off the team. And pardon me if my recollection is not exactly right, but I think this is the gist of it. That then after Floyd got kicked off the team, then suddenly he was going around telling everybody that Lance was doping.
Well,
And
just to clarify it a little bit, you're close. He was on Lance's team. He actually got caught for doping, suspended for 2 years. When he came back, he
okay,
tried to get on Lance's team, and they were basically like, "No, we can't
right,
have you on the team." And so he felt backstabbed, of like, "I just took the fall for 2 years. I didn't say anything for anybody else,
right,
and now I'm
okay,
trying to come back to the
okay,
team, and you're gonna say no? Like, what the heck?" So he talks about that email that he actually sent to, I guess it was some sort of reporter or some news outlet, and he's like, "I didn't even proofread it because if I read it back through, I would have second thoughts. So as soon as I wrote it out, I hit send and basically just left, like left the
right.
computer, and then thought about it, and it's like crap. I just went into a crap storm. And now I got to start sending more emails because I don't have any physical proof. I mean, it was by design.
Right.
They got rid of all the proof. So they didn't, keep paper trails or anything of this. It's like he took the dope and everything got thrown away and destroyed.
Yeah, they would do complete, and again, this is my recollection of it, is that Lance would do a complete blood transfusion prior to when he knew he was going to get tested, so
Mm-hmm.
that, and that's, again, in hindsight, the way he always was careful to say, it wasn't, I have never doped in my life, it was, I have never tested positive for any banned substance, and it was like, that is a carefully worded response to someone who's a liar.
Mm-hmm.
That they don't, it's like, did you do that? Why would you think I did that? It doesn't say I didn't. I'm not saying I didn't do it, but I'm saying, why would you think that? But you turn it back on the other person with another question, or that's a misdirection. And him
Mm-hmm.
saying that I never tested positive, and again, in hindsight, I look at that and it was like, that was him going, I've been able to fool the system for this long, and you guys haven't been able to catch me, so suck it.
Yep. Yep. So he also talked about, I didn't write her name down apparently.
Who, his girlfriend?
No, crap. It was one of the trainers, like to help, like they would massage Erica, somebody, O'Shea, or something. Crap.
Let's see if I can find it. I'll try to help you.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have this written down. Oh well.
We're unprepared.
That's right. Yeah, I thought I wrote her name down, but I didn't. Anyway, that was whatever her name. Once you find it, that was. So they asked, like, was there anybody that you really regret, or like, who did you regret the most, like, attacking? And he was talking about this lady because on one of the interviews, like, he basically mentioned that she was a whore.
Yeah, he was absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
If her name was Erica, I can't find it. Sorry, but
yeah, I'll try to look now.
But no, it was anybody, reporters. He was absolutely brutal. And again, I keep saying in hindsight, but we all know hindsight's 2020. That it was
Emma O'Reilly.
Emma O'Reilly. Okay.
Emma O'Reilly.
But his defense is a good offense, and that's what he lived by. Was he went out and attacked people ruthlessly to get them back on their heels and turn the attention to the fact that he was cheating. And I will say two things. This is the extent that I will defend Lance Armstrong. We'll never defend anything he did to the people that he just railroaded. But there's two things. That one, that it was rampant in the cycling world, and there was probably a lot more people that did it than didn't, and Lance was just really good at it. And two, the man worked. Like I told you before, his team would run, whenever they did a tour anywhere, like the Tour de France, they would find out what the course was, and they would run it twice ahead of the competition, so they knew the course so well, and they knew where to make their moves and all that. So I can't fault him on the team's drive and the work ethic. It wasn't like, oh yeah, take this stuff and I could sit at home and then I could ride for 120 miles in a leg.
Yeah.
So I will give him that, but his obnoxious, I can't think of a better word right now, of just how ruthless he was to the people around him and the people that got near him, and then knowing the whole time that those people knew what they knew, and yet he was able to basically press them under his thumb and crush them, and everybody kept lauding Lance Armstrong as this amazing success story, which he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was cheating doing it,
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yep. So the last two things that I wanted to bring up, which this one I thought was really weird. So they asked him about his son, who is now playing college football.
Yeah.
And
I read that.
Yeah, and they basically asked, like, would he approve of his son doing performance-enhancing drugs? And he basically insinuates that he would approve of his son using PEDs. Like, he's like, at this time, I wouldn't, because it's not worth it. He's a D2 athlete at a college or whatever. But if he was going into the pros, it may be a different story.
Yeah, he said if he made it to the NFL, I would consider it.
Yeah.
So it was like a veiled shot at the NFL, right? And it kind of like, well, if he got into the NFL, he would have to do it, because if he didn't do it, then he's not going to be able to compete with all the other guys that do it. That's kind of what I took was the veiled
I didn't
shot.
take it that way, but I do see why you went that route. I mean, that does make sense, and maybe he is just taking a shot at that. I was just like in awe that it's like, I mean, you just saw what you went through the last, 7 years or whatever it's been for being called a cheater and everything like that. And then you would be willing to just be like, yep, go ahead, son, do the same thing. And I just thought that was kind of weird. Like, so
Yeah.
but, and then I guess it also goes along with this. At the end, he says he wouldn't change a thing.
Well, of course, don't they all say that? You said
Yeah.
that about Scotty Pippen, but
Yeah.
I will say this, that I think that the fact that he made that comment is, as a father, and regardless of what I might talk to my son about in the back room, or if I thought he needed something for competitiveness, that I would say I would never recommend that my son takes anything ever. And that's Lance, is that he has to say something provocative and saying, well, unless, so he had to throw something out there where he went, okay, really? But as a father, like, if someone was to ask me, would you ever recommend that Tim takes
PEDs. Yeah.
PEDs, I would say no, never. And if there was ever going to be a discussion about it, and I'm not saying there would, I'm not saying I would ever do this, but if I ever was compelled to do that, we'd have that conversation in the back room and no one would ever know about it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. The like button is on this side for mobile. If you have any of your own thoughts or questions, comment down below. We may just answer it next video. Thanks. See ya.